I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the MBL Network. Holla.
A little pre-dinner treat. It is NBL Live playoff action here in the Madden Bomber League. We got divisional round NFC action between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. So happy to have you guys along with us for NBL Live broadcast 324 here on the NBL Network. I'm Nick Mazesco, your NBL Network Director. Joining me as always, it is the commissioner of the NBL. It is Bomber. Bomber, it is playoff time in the NBL. And we got a great matchup between a team we've been following all year on building the franchise in the Green Bay Packers and a this cycle Super Bowl champion and the defending NFC champion in the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at this team, you have to recognize that they're very talented on the defensive side of the ball, being the Green Bay Packers. I've covered them. Watch the right side. You got 52, Rashawn Gary. Don't forget about your rushing outside linebackers with Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith. So a lot of ballers on the secondary, and the Fab Five deep in the secondary, ball hawking Cam Newton, as they've already forced him to run the ball twice because they're doing a great job covering over the top. I love what I see so far with my Green Bay Packers. Big 3rd and 6 coming up.
Green Bay Packers team champions of the NFC North, 11-5 in the regular season. The Carolina Panthers champions of the NFC South at 12-4 on 3rd and 6. Looking left side, who else but Curtis Samuel, the man that should never have been traded by Porter. Who knows what that team would have looked like last year if he had kept Curtis Samuel with all those weapons. He's been doing work for JB and the Panthers this cycle.
Yeah, so last Madden cycle, Madden 19, our man T. Ports, he built a phenomenal team, but he had one misstep, and that was Curtis Samuel. He sent him over, got in return a 10th overall pick from an isolated. What team was an isolated last season? Last cycle.
Titans.
The Titans, yeah. So, and Curtis Samuel balled out.
Well, how about Curtis Samuel one more time, and he's in open space. 20, 15, 10, 5. Can Alexander make the tackle? He cannot in time. You cannot give Curtis Samuel that much space. He's a burner for the reason. And the Carolina Panthers, the defending NFC champs, on the board first.
Yeah, was that a zone blitz? The middle was so wide open. Was that man coverage? Where was the user on that play? Just pretty much non-existent. That was just a huge miscue here for the Green Bay Packers defense, who I thought on that 3rd and 6, if they just could have got off the field, they could have started this game on the right foot. Now down 7-0. Got to climb out of a little bit of a hole right now. As my Green Bay Packers, I follow them this entire NBL Season 43 on building the franchise. They're not the best team to play from behind. If the game's close, one-score game, they're still in to win it. But if it stretches to 10, 13, 14 points, Nick, I just haven't seen them really climb out, and that's primarily because you got a limited quarterback there with Matt Stafford, 34 years old, 75 overall.
Yeah, this team built on defense. Number 4 scoring defense, number 3 yardage defense, only averaging 234.8 given up, but number 20 scoring offense. They haven't scored a ton offensively. As a big shout out to Gator Brown with the bits. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the support. You can see this Green Bay Packers offense on the field first, and it is the ageless wonder. Okay, maybe it's not a wonder, but he's ageless nonetheless. Matt Stafford, the former Detroit Lion, at the helm. He's got 3 wide receivers out there. It's going to be a lot of Devontae Adams. He is split wide to the left side. And Matt Stafford's been feeding their X Factor, Devontae Adams. Oh, now they got a mismatch over there. As on 1st and 10, Stafford faking the draw because that was going to happen. He tries to force Devontae Adams, and it's picked off. We're going the other way. The defense for JB. It is Jackson to the 20, 15, 10, 5. 2 scores, 2 plays, 1 on each side of the ball. Bomber, your Green Bay Packers are looking like the Green Bay Slackers.
Yeah, usually when we say the user, we're talking about a positive play right there. Well, I guess maybe for our man, JB, that could be a positive play. But Green Bay Packers, Nemo right there. Terrible read. Little motion corner. Forces it to the user, who picks him off, being JB. And then the user, Nemo, clicks onto a lineman and decides, instead of just taking the conservative angle that likely would have forced him either out of bounds or he would have been able to get a tackle on the return, he gets a little too aggressive, takes a sharper pursuit angle, and completely allows the corner to turn the corner on him. So, like I said, 2-score game is going to be difficult for the Green Bay Packers to come back because they are a defensive built team, a team that can get stops, that can create turnovers. But down 14-0, you're going to ask a little bit too much out of the offense. And based on the one play we've seen so far, it's going to be an uphill struggle here with 3:29 left in the first.
Abu Phoenix in the chat saying, hey, Nick, thank you so much again for the giveaway last Monday. You are the man. Hey, thank you for tuning in, checking out NBL Live on our Madden live stream. We got another one coming up Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Another chance for some giveaways and some drops. As why not throw it to Davante Adams one more time? Listen, lock that man down and let him beat you anywhere else. Because I don't know if the Green Bay Packers, and Bomber, you can answer this a little better because you've been following this team so closely.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of the other receivers out there can get separation against this Carolina
There
defense.
is one receiver. They gave their first-round pick in Week 8 to the San Francisco 49ers, and they brought in the 26-year-old Dante Pettis, 6'1", 200 pounds. He's got the ability and the agility to get open against man coverage and create separation. Has he been utilized correctly since coming here? Well, Week 17, he had a 7-catch, $123 receiving game against the Philadelphia Eagles in a 27-24 win. But as far as touchdowns goes, we just have not seen him really get into the end zone but once so far in his 7-game tenure with the Green Bay Packers. He's got to get going today because he's got to take some pressure off Davante Adams.
3rd down and 4. Packers need to pick this up. They've got a man over the top, and it is Davante Adams. You can't press coverage Davante Adams when he is on a fly route to the house. The number 1 receiver on the Green Bay Packers get him back in this ball game.
Just over the top, I think JB just really overthought it there. If I'm playing the Green Bay Packers, anytime I'm in man coverage, Nick, who do you think I'm going to be using against? Who am I going to be up on and pressed?
It's going to be, of course, the tight end Sternberger.
Of course, because Jace is the man. We saw him actually make some tremendous catches there in the wild card game against the Arizona Cardinals and building the franchise episode 4, which is archived or will be archived shortly here on YouTube. I think that's the one I haven't uploaded just yet. But it will be at the end of this NBL Live, and then this NBL Live will be updated tomorrow for those keeping track or watching on YouTube later on. But the Green Bay Packers, Davante Adams, he's the guy. You got to stay with him, and you got to force Dante Pettis to get involved, and that's hopefully where Stafford can kind of find some balance in this offensive attack. But, hey, Davante's on the board already. Cut it back to a single-score game.
See if the Packers defense can get some stops. A little zone blitz action. It's Curtis Samuel one more time. Listen, at some point, if you're Nemo, you got to realize you force-feed Davante Adams the way JB force-feeds Curtis Samuel. You got to find some way to defend him.
Yeah, and you notice a lot of these routes are inward breaking. If I'm in man coverage, I'm probably going to shade inside. I'm going to move my guys inside just so I can get a little bit of rub when he does try to break inside and maybe get an opportunity for a pick. This is probably a run to the right.
How about right down the middle? CMC, Christian McCaffrey takes the carry to the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the play. Call it 6. Bring up a second 4. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. I know it's a little odd time to have NBL Live, but we'll call this the appetizer to your dinner and an appetizer to what we got coming up. Later tonight we got Commissioner Corner Podcast.
Yeah, we got Commissioner Corner Podcast, episode number 68. We're going to break down all the playoff stuff, some offseason stuff, some trades and rumors that I got my ear to the ground in the NBL that I'm hearing right now. I'm going to throw out a little rumor and innuendo, if you will, and we're going to talk also about our predictions for the Super Bowl as well. So it's going to be a fun-packed show starting at 9 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/Madden Bomber League, where Commissioner Corner Podcast is always live streamed at, except on special occasions.
Well, he tried to put Miles Jack. I don't care how good you think a linebacker is. You can't put him on Curtis Samuel to the house one more time.
Yeah, that was almost like, he wanted JB to put his hand in the cookie jar, and JB did and grabbed the cookie, and the jar never slammed on him.
He's enjoying himself a nice warm chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, exactly. He might actually be coming back for more. He's probably saying, oh, those are good. Let me get one more. Had no idea why. I have no idea why Nemo gave so much space there. It was just too much. Now, in previous Maddens, where you could really jump pick with those linebackers, you might have a chance, but he'd probably just lob it over the top in that case as well. Just not a good coverage situation there for Nemo, and now he's got to fight to get this to a one-score game again.
Bomber, it feels like early in this game, we're only at the 1:15 mark in the first quarter, but it feels like JB is straight up out-thinking Nemo, and that's something that you don't see too much from Nemo.
I mean, this is the two-time back-to-back AFC champion Carolina Panthers and a Super Bowl champion in NBL season 41. So there's just a lot of poise, and there's a lot of, they have an identity in Carolina. And right now you just see the Green Bay Packers trying to adjust. There's nowhere really to go for Aaron Jones.
There was somewhere to go. It just wasn't a juke move on nobody on the outside. It was a loss of 1 on the play. And right now it looks like JB in firm control. The lone touchdown given up by JB. Listen, he pressed up.
Oh, wait, there's some great insight in the chat. Dark Brawler in the chat saying, I think he was trying to bait him.
Oh.
Did he not get the cookie jar reference? I figured
It's like, why are
Brawler
these guys talking about desserts? Second and 11, Stafford dropping back, looking for the tight end Sternberg. That's going to be picked off. It's thrown to the tight coverage, and Brian Burns makes the pick. We're going the other way. Second turnover for Nemo. So do we got another game to go to? Because this one is over.
I don't think we do.
Brian, thanks for tuning in to NBA Live at 5 o'clock. And watch
Brian
Nemo
Burns
embarrass himself.
Makes quarterbacks shiver. He's the one that keeps them up at night trying to realize, how can I avoid Brian Burns? He puts quarterbacks on their back. But right there, he gets an interception. So this is a guy who came into this game with 1 interception on the season, 29 sacks. Shows off his hands early here in the divisional round. Nemo, big-time trouble as Carolina's in field goal range, trying to go up 3 scores right now. Not looking good.
And can a man who is named after a fish drown? Because I feel like the flood's coming. It's bad.
Oh.
It's bad news.
I don't know. I guess we're going to find out.
So find out how those gills are working. We're still trying to find Nemo out here, down 21-7. Second out of 9 for JB. Shotgun formation with, man, Cam Newton still at the helm. And why not give it to Christian McCaffrey? Boy, he almost had a big run there. If he was able to squeeze through the offensive line, unfortunately, it's like trying to fit between me and Project Fat. There's just not a whole lot of room down there.
I was trying to think of a Dark Brawler response to that, but
hey, you know, it was pretty tight. I think he got caught on his offensive lineman.
I don't know about Fat or OSU.
Fat and OSU don't play football.
That was a tight space to run, yeah.
Gibbs in the chat saying, "Come on, Nemo, you got this." I don't know if he does, man, but I think he appreciates the support from Mr. McGiblets. 3rd and 7 if they're going to stay in this game.
Brawler thinks he's broadcasting via text. He's like, I said that before you. Okay.
3rd down and 7. Gun cluster
Love you, Brawler.
weak. Now he's going to split them out. 3 wide set to the right side, 1 over the left side. Tight end on that right side of the formation as well. Christian McCaffrey, look for him.
Be a nice run here. A base.
Maybe a run, maybe an angle route, maybe just a little find him in the flats and pressure.
Yeah, good call,
there's an
Nick.
angle route, and there's Christian McCaffrey. Pick up 10 and a first down.
Yeah, and he gets down, he gives himself up. That's probably the weakest move I've seen so far. I hate when people do that. To me, I'm taking the hit because you know why? I can make you miss. And when you run that angle route and a user clicks on, he's coming downhill and he's down 14, what do you think he's trying to do? Hit stick you. You got Christian McCaffrey. You got an opportunity to make that man miss, take it to the house, or at least pick up some more yards. But I guess Carolina's cruising for a bruising right now, or Green Bay is. Carolina's just cruising because they're not too worried about picking up extra yards right now. They're in the driver's seat.
As DJ Moore picking up another first down, 6 of 6, 154 and a tutty. Dark Brawler in the chat saying Bomber's a bully. First time here, bud? Good to see you. 1st and 10.
Hey, let's make Brawler a mod. How do we do that? How do I do that?
He's
I don't think I can.
He's already a mod.
Is he?
Yeah, he's got the sword.
Oh. I only saw one thing. He's not a subscriber, that's for sure, but a mod.
He's old enough to get a credit card. He may subscribe.
I don't need this. That's his thing.
There it is. We're back. I've missed you, bud.
Yeah, anytime I start messing with him, he's like, Bomber, you're a bully. I don't need this.
T-Port's in the chat.
And I go, no. Finally, Porter, way to wake up, buddy. What's been going on with you? You've been going to sleep super early? We got to talk about something else because this is almost a touchdown again, down to the 1.
He asserted that he was.
We got a giveaway. We got a giveaway, though, Nick. You can call it however you want to do it. People in the chat or do a roll. $30 from CFN Clothing, courtesy of our man Tout.
Appreciate it, Tout. Might I recommend the not bomber jacket?
We're actually going to be removing that off the site. There's a whole video coming up, man. There's going to be an apology tour here from our good friend at CFN, so hopefully that pays out well.
First down at 10. It's going to be a quarterback blast. Cam Newton walk into the end zone.
What was the set?
Bam,
What
thank
was
you,
the set,
Cam.
Nick? What was the formation?
That's Heavy Panther.
What comes out of Heavy Panther? There's 2
quarterback blast,
runs,
quarterback
and then
power.
there's a run up the middle.
There's a quarterback blast,
and
quarterback
a
power, and there's a read option, and I believe there's 1 pass play.
There's one run up the middle, too. It's like a
QB
like a power. Yes, it's a halfback run.
Oh, yeah, there's the dive up the middle. It's like
yeah, so dive. I mean, so basically, moral of the story is they just fixed run commit. I'm run committing, and I'm playing the edge, right? For in case it is, the blast, right? Or the power, I guess. Whichever one goes outside.
Both of them are
inside.
Both of them are off tackle. Power just has a pulling guard to the right side. The blast is just a
No, the
a
blast
P-gap
is
run.
up the middle. Let's bet on it.
Yeah, but it usually bounce that outside. Like that's what it's made for.
Oh, is that
Because
why I keep getting stopped on that one? I only run it if they're spread. Like if they're line spread, you kind of can walk in.
The blast is because the two tight ends on the left side, they collapse down inside. And
Whoa,
so
whoa, whoa!
I guess
Secrets.
that's-
Let's talk about this off air. I don't need to be dealing with blasts against Lamar Jackson, potentially upcoming, or Tyree Jackson.
Hand off to Jones, left side. He'll pick up 3. Green Bay, right now, they got some great... If you want to make some money, put some money on Green Bay come back and win this game because they're about plus 2,000.
Are you bankrolling that bet?
Yep, plus
Someone
2,000
will
yen
go
on that
plus
one.
2,000. All right, I'll put $1 on. That's
$1.
200 for me, right?
Yeah, 200 yen indeed. Jones to the outside. He'll pick up 6 to the 34-yard line, cut it to a 3rd and short.
Shout out to our man Tout. He played in the wild card round, got smacked by our Green Bay Packers on episode 4, and within
He must be
seconds,
feeling real good right now.
Hey, within seconds, he only put up 3 points and played terribly. Threw a ton of picks with Kyler Murray, which he did in the regular season as well. 35. I mean, pretty horrible for a guy that had all those yards. You don't see that in NBL very much. But within seconds after the loss, do you remember what he did? Were you around when he?
I was not around.
Oh, he just jumped straight onto FIFA, like quicker than I've ever seen. I didn't even see menus. It went straight into like a game.
He had it already loaded up.
Absolutely love Tout. I'm glad he's back.
3 minutes and counting. In the first half, it has been all Carolina here in the playoffs. Bunch to the right side. Devontae Adams alone to the left side. I wonder if Devontae Adams is going to get a look on that double move. Let's see what happens. There's going to be a flag. That's a hold right down Broad Street. And oh, look at Matt Stafford step up and launch that into the bench.
Hey, it looks like he had some kind of growing pull the way he was running. I mean, just didn't our hamstring issue for Matt Stafford. But here's the deal. If I'm down 28-7 right now, Nick, and there's 2:45 left, you're in a chat with me and I'm playing my game, I'm telling myself, this is how I'm spinning it to myself. If I can drive down and get a touchdown and eat all this clock, I get the ball back to start the second half. I score again. It's a one-score game. I can put the pressure right back on Carolina, but I got to score now, and I don't need to score quickly. I need to burn some clock, get on a nice drive, get some momentum going into the second half, score a touchdown, make it a 2-score game. Then I got an option.
Yep, man coverage on verticals. No good. He's going to try to find the tight end and fits it in there to Sternberger.
And you say Stafford don't have that strong arm yet. He don't even step into that.
Oh, he got the strong arm. Did you see how far he threw that into the sidelines in the last play?
It's like a go-kart with the V8 engine, man. You gas it, you never know where it's going to go.
Long live Simba in the chat saying, what's up, stream? What sliders is this league on? No sliders in our league. We play on stock sliders. All Madden. A shout out to Run Shoot Pain now following here on Twitch. Appreciate it, my friend. As a little run up the middle for Aaron Jones. He'll pick up the first down, getting near that 2-minute warning.
Has anybody checked out the NBL Timeout podcast on YouTube? Just dropped today. Drops every Friday from our man Serp. Doing a good job with that. About a 20-minute episode every week. So far, 2 episodes in. He called Darius Geis juice with utter
Juice?
with the most confidence I've ever seen anybody who's like,
You know
yeah,
who
they got
I love?
Juice over here
Darius
balling out.
Juice.
I was like, OJ Simpson's playing.
Juice is loose. 1st and 10 for Stafford, dropping back. Right over the linebacker. He finds Pettis for the first time today. Let's laugh at some people because we got our BR predictions for this game. It's 28-7. Project Fat and Cougs on the wrong side of the 8 ball. They took the Green Bay Packers.
I've noticed Cougs
Carolina.
likes to take the underdog, though. Have you noticed that? It seems like he constantly... We got to start keeping records. We need to tell Fat to keep the records on these guys' win-loss throughout the entire cycle, not just the season. I just want to see how it all plays out. You know what I
We
mean?
used to do that. I don't know what
We
happened.
did, yeah.
Maybe
But
next
we
year.
did it only seasonal, too.
Oh, because
I
Fat's
like
doing
to
the
do it.
graphics, and that involves keeping up with work. Handoff to Aaron Jones. Oh, look at the little juke move in the hole to the 24-yard line. Long live Simba. The chances in our online league. A guy with Saquon ran for 3K plus yards. I read
Well,
Ricky saying
he's a
Gin and
beast.
Juice is a great song.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, man.
10 out of 10.
Let's see if
Joke of
Serp's
the day.
even in here. I'm about to call him out in the chat
yeah,
if he's not
Serp's
here. Oh, he is?
He was here earlier, at least. 28-7 the score. Green Bay needs this touchdown badly. They get the ball at the half. Stafford looks over the middle. The post route, that's Pettis. Nice play call there. A little fork concept on the outside. I thought he had the tight end as well, and the tight end might have been in the end zone.
All right, Pricey just messaged me. He says, I'm going to the Pacers game tonight versus Timberwolves. I said, nice. Where you sitting at, bro? He said, 13th row. Not as good as last time, but still not bad.
A little bubble screen, only one blocker out there, and Williams going to hit the end zone right inside the pylon. Green Bay gets a much-needed touchdown.
This is exactly how I planned it in my spin earlier. But let's talk a little bit about Tyrone Williams, second in this on this team as far as receiving. He was just 74 yards short of 1,000 yards, only 4 touchdowns though. But this was a former first-round pick from NBL season 42. He's out of Vanderbilt, 6 foot, 208 pounds, 82 overall, star dev. They have him currently valued as a second-round pick there on Daddy Leagues. But he was a late first-round pick, 26 overall, NBL season 41 rookie draft. No, 42 rookie draft, excuse me. So not this season, but the season before. He's playing pretty well. He's kind of an X factor for this team, but since the arrival of Pettis, his numbers have gone way, way down as he moved primarily into the slot.
By the way, big shout out to Uncle Duck Gaming with the follow here on Twitch. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate everybody hitting that follow button at the top of the screen, showing your support for the NBL Network. First down and 10. Full wide set for Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. It is a play action pass, waiting, looking, has a man over the middle. No click on whatsoever from Nemo, and that's a first down to the 48-yard line. So you say he needed a touchdown before the half. He's about to give up some points before the half as well.
Yeah, that's why part of my spin was don't give him the ball back with any time. You know JB's got a lot of speed on the outside. You're going to see these crossers crack zone like they should, but one thing you can do to stop these crossers from killing you is clicking on and making a play on the ball while it's in the air. And right there, it's just a lackadaisical kind of slow click on there from Nemo, and that's just not going to cut it.
Big shout out to Fast Takeout with the follow here on Twitch. Shotgun formation for Cam Newton, stepping up in the pocket, and he's going to try to take off, make something happen. He's going to take a hit. Bold play by JP, letting Cam take hits. He'll still pick up 7 yards, bring up a second and 3, just outside of field goal range.
It hasn't been that bold, Nick, because he does not fumble very much. Remember when I had him, it was like I wouldn't want to get down because his carry was in the 80s, you know, and I would just try to truck people because he had like 86, and he'd fumble for me way too much, but I refused. At that point, I doubled down. Remember I told you I'm not sliding with Cam.
I got some bad news. I don't think it's going to be like that next year's. Cam Newton recognizes the man coverage, running, trying to pick up some yards to the 32-yard line. Now that clock is going to run. He's in field goal range to be a 49-yard attempt. JP in the chat saying, love you, CFM. Just applied for the NBL Development League. Awesome, guys. Make sure if you do want to join the NBL, head over to 365.maddenbarmleague.com. Click on the application tab, or you can put exclamation point join in the chat. I think it's join. He says join confidently.
Well, it's something to that. Semantics.
Yeah,
it's join,
Heck
apply,
yeah.
application, yeah.
Field goal attempt, 32-yard line on the left hash mark, 49 yards. The kick is up. It is drifted, but that is sweet as that cookie from the cookie jar. And at halftime, it's going to be JB 31-14. Crucial 3 points given up by Nemo.
Did you have any of those Christmas cookies my wife made for us at in Arizona?
I did.
They're pretty good, man. I like them.
They were great.
Pat liked them. He ate
Whoa,
so
wait,
many.
whoa.
Dude, OSU's not
Wait a
even
second.
here, bro.
Wait a
Give
second.
him an option. Don't
Hold
just
on.
leave him the one you didn't want.
Timeout.
What?
Fat like cookies?
I was kind of surprised. I was like, dude.
Color me surprised over here.
He also likes button-up Hawaiian shirt. I didn't say shirts. It's the same one over.
Yeah, well,
and over.
That's a big guy thing. Like Hawaiian shirts, you can find them in 3XL.
You know, I saw Fat the first day, and he was wearing the same thing that he wore the first day when he picked me up in Baltimore. And I said, man, that's the same shirt you had on last time I seen you, 6, 7, 8 months ago. And I guess he has a rotation. It's real short, it's simple. It's almost like Remember the Titans. It's like Novocaine, give it enough time, it always works. So shout out to our man Project Fat. Probably sleeping right now.
Shout out to Kanye 26947 with the host. User pick 66. What difficulty is best and realistic for AI versus AI? Everything I've always heard is all pro plays the best, both with the sticks.
Yeah, versus computer. Yeah.
With any AI, it's all pro. As Aaron Jones, another first down. They're getting this ground game going against Carolina. Long live Simba asking, is there a limitation on play calling, Simba? Yes, there is. In our league, you can only call each name play once on offense. So you call HB stretch. Cannot call HB stretch again, but you can call HB stretch arc or just stretch. That's just on offense, defense.
Or if there's a misspelling like there once was where it was like
HB
halfback
toss.
stretches.
No, it was HB toss. TOS.
Oh, toss. It was terminate on site. It was
Yeah.
just a TOS. And that's not considered the same.
First down and 10 for Green Bay. And so that's why you'll see these guys calling a lot of different plays. We have full custom playbooks, so you'll see a lot of plays you wouldn't see. As BL Sud BTT saying, evening. evening, man. So thanks for tuning in. I know 5:30 on the East Coast. Don't know where y'all are, but appreciate you guys hanging out with us. A little weird timing. Our next broadcast is going to be Madden Live Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Our plan right at the moment is to run both the conference championships and the NBL Season 43 Super Bowl that night. We got a 2-hour show, so we're going to pack it full of big games in the playoffs. But stay tuned tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern time, is Commissioner Corner Podcast. It's going to be a lot of fun. Second down and 3. Dangerous throw. Nemo living on the edge, baby.
Oh, wow. Right at Kuechly, too. That's one thing I won't test. I see that number 59. He's kind of decked out with some swag. He's got some nice gold and white 99 overall shoes on and sneakers on, and you just can't throw it at him. He's easy to identify, too. I see him again. He's got the little sleeve on as well, so got to be better than that.
Cover 0 hero. Why not hit the slant route one more time? That is Williams down to the 24-yard line. CC Podcast, that going to be over on YouTube or here on Twitch?
It's going to be on YouTube, per usual. Only time we really put it on Twitch was a couple maybe draft previews that we wanted to get on here, stuff like that.
That's over youtube.com/Madden Bomb, like also where all our archives are. Users pick 66. Okay, you said all pro default simulation for CPU. Yes. That is everything I've heard. Wait, we don't run a whole lot of CPU for CPU, but everything I've heard is all pro runs the best. First down and 10. For the
and if you don't like it, you can go to the sliders and kind of mess with the all pro. Start from there as a base. But once you get into all Madden, if you're really trying to mix it up, that was another dangerous throw. If you're really trying to mix up your play calling and do a lot of things, maybe even throw fade routes on the goal line, probably works a lot better in all pro. You know, it's a little bit more forgiving, right?
And it depends on what you mean by best. Like if you're looking for most realistic stats, if you're looking for, if you're visually what it looks like, all pro looks good visually. When you're looking at stats,
but we could slice
more.
all Madden defense. I mean, you can just do the same,
He's
same kind of stuff, and you'll be all right. Yeah.
Stafford dropping back. It's not there. Safety took it away, so he'll look for Sternberger over there. Can't hold on to it. He tried to throw that all the way across the hash marks. Big 3rd and 10 upcoming.
I called Sternberger the entire season a paper tight end because of plays like that. He just doesn't really hold on to the ball. He's not that impressive. 80 overall, average speed, nothing great about him. 25, going to be 26 next year.
He ran that play stock. No hot routes on that curls play. I not like that.
I like that play. I run that play like that too. Because you get the post. The only thing I might change is the tight end on a drag, maybe.
That's the one. Is you've got 3 dead routes there. It's the flat that stops and 2 curl routes.
But he's got some high point receivers with Dante Pettis and Devontae that he's looking maybe high pass it once they stop and sit on those curls and maybe get a little jump ball action. But if you have smaller receivers, like you'll never see Carolina run that. It would make no sense.
Stafford dropping back to pass. 5-man rush picked up nicely. Oh, he's got Sternberger on the wheel.
Wow,
wide
Myrick.
Open. Myrick can't stay with the tight end on the wheel route, and it's a touchdown for Green Bay. They are still alive.
And I always burn that on that, what was it, ace wide receiver stretch. I always burn that tight end to mainly a drag. I did not know it killed man coverage like that.
Oh, yeah, wheels are great in this game. It just takes forever.
And Myrick is the fastest out-of-box corner in the NBL. I think he's 97 speed. So all that speed, he just hurried up and got out of position and left our man Sternberger wide open. It's, once again, every time I call him a paper tight end, he comes back with a big play like that.
That tight end wheel is nasty because he runs it like a flat route. The man coverage will bite down on it, and then when he turns it up, you've got at least 2 steps.
You're shoulder for shoulder in the flat. That's what it is, right? And then he's got the step with all the momentum of the defender coming down.
Yep.
Hill.
It's tough, but it does take forever. That was a 5-man rush picked up nicely by a extremely talented Green Bay offensive line. Back to a 10-point game. Can Green Bay's defense get any stops? They haven't stopped a nosebleed today. It's a play-action pass for Cam Newton. Only 2 routes out there, and it's well covered, and he'll just have to throw this one away.
Yeah, that was a nice defense. That was a play-action Packer cross. Out of the tight? What is that
close
formation? Yeah, deuce close. And he streaked the little curl. So this is a great play call there by Nemo, and a nice job staying with the crosser across the field. Took everything away from Cam. He had to throw it away.
User pick in the chat asking, what settings and sliders are you at in this league? BTW, nice stream. Appreciate it, man. We're all Madden and stock sliders. It's a little out route. Finally, a little outward breaking route from JB, and Curtis Samuel having himself a day. 5 catches, 144.
Yeah, when in doubt, out route. At this point, I'm playing protect the sticks a lot versus the Carolina Panthers because everything's downfield. How much have you really seen underneath? If he ever looks in underneath, it's an angle route to McCaffrey or to run with as he throws something really quick there. I'm not going to count that as anything.
That wasn't underneath. That was almost looked like a panic. That was weird timing. A pick up 9, though.
But everything that he's ever had, every time he's ever had to look underneath and gone off of his reads up the field, he goes right to the run with Cam Newton. So I think there's an opportunity, if you protect the sticks here, you can get him to throw it right to you. But just some missed opportunities there for the Green Bay Packers.
One, looks like Green Bay run a little cover zero hero. It is a read option. Cam's going to keep it. He'll fight through one tackle. Look at him go down to the 41-yard line, but he is down, clutching that shoulder. Ooh, boy.
Here's the problem when you try to strip Cam, because he's so big and his strength is high for a quarterback. His weight obviously is going to propel him forward. As you saw, that was 2 strip opportunities there that he went for. That he didn't even really get any good strip animation for it because Cam is just too strong for those corners. Now you got Hall in the game. You got to wonder what this guy brings. I'm going to look him up right now and see some stats on this kid.
Hall hands it to Christian McCaffrey. You had to think the run was coming with a backup quarterback. Nemo, you got to have your head in the game as now King goes down on the opposite side of the field. That could be a big loss if Green Bay finds a way to come back.
The one thing the Green Bay Packers have is depth at the secondary position. You got Amos in the backfield with Savage at safety help over the top. Kevin King is kind of playing that slot outside role because you do have our man Jair Alexander and another corner slipping by name, superstar corner, kind of slipping at the tip of my tongue right now. I got to figure out what
it's Cam Newton's shoulder tear. Shoulder tear for Cam.
Oh,
That'll
he's
take
gone
him
for
out
the
for the playoffs. So now at quarterback is Kevin Hall, the 4th-round pick out of North Dakota State, a rookie, 21 years old, 63 overall. But he fits the mold of what Carolina likes. 78 speed, 72 excel, a little more of that scrambler type, 81 short, 70 mid, 75 deep, 84 throw power, though.
Yeah, you got to play the run here. You got to hold the 3, make this a 13-point game, and then come down and score and put the pressure right back on the Camless Carolina Panthers.
3 on, as King looks like he'll return elbow bursitis. Get back.
Let me talk a little bit about Deion Metcalf here. He was drafted in NBL season 40. He's played 41 and 42. This kid, Deion Metcalf out of Pittsburgh, superstar dev corner, 89 speed, 88 excel. But he's got 94 man coverage, 85 zone. A little slower than they'd like against this team. Not the greatest matchup, Nick. But if they were able to come back and get out of this round, he would be very tough against that Atlanta Falcons team. But it's good to see Kevin King back.
3rd and 7, Hall dropping back. He's going to look to the flat for Christian McCaffrey. Man, at some point, again, we're just back to it's
this time I'm playing the flats.
Yeah, Nemo is not thinking at all. He's thinking that JB is going to start chucking it into the end zone with this backup quarterback. You got to think the drags are coming and the angle routes are coming. It's going to be a lot of run.
Yeah, if I'm running man here, I'm definitely running that double buzz, and I'm probably picking up the guy in the halfback.
This is a handoff.
Yeah, definitely. And you only got 3 really inside the.
It's the read option.
The option one.
Yep. Hands it to McCaffrey. Cuts inside. Should be a touchdown. It is indeed Christian McCaffrey. Man, Nemo, not the sharpest spoon in the drawer. Jeez, oh man. Backup quarterback making him look like an all-star.
NBL Live broadcast 324. And Carolina Panthers win this game. They take on their rival Atlanta Falcons, who have just now brought back Matt Ryan into the starting fold. What a crazy year. Matt Ryan was unhappy as the backup. Malcolm Pike, this no-name 59 overall, started the majority of the year. Once the playoffs hit, once week 17 hit, he had a terrible, terrible game. They throw Matt Ryan into the fire, and he has delivered for this team. So that's going to be a great matchup. Hopefully we have that Tuesday night on our EA stream.
I have a feeling like it's the tale of 2 Nemos when he plays the game of Madden. Sometimes it's the Nemo we see all buttoned up, nice clothes, looking ready to play. Sometimes it's the Nemo that's sleeping on a pole. And we got pole Nemo tonight. What's up, Ganjapreneur? Good to see you, man. Ryan versus Hall, what a classic rivalry. Jamie, another good one. It's 1st down and 10. Only 13 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and boy, Nemo is in trouble, down by 3 scores. Hands it to Aaron Jones, cuts it back left. Little juke move, trying to fake out the user. Doesn't do it, but another nice run for Aaron Jones. Averaging 6.3 on the ground. Put your 4s up in the chat. We got a 4th quarter game, and I'm putting game in air quotes, like hardest working. We're 4th quarter. 38-21.
Hey, but he knows. He knows, though. Yeah, you're down 17. The only problem with having that much success on the ground game is going to keep the clock running. It's going to eat up too much time. You're down 3 scores. You do have a little bit of advantage on the defensive side of the ball now that Cam Newton is out, but the defense just has looked inept today, which is really surprising to me, Nick, because I watched them throughout this entire season, and I just love what has been built. You got the re-sign of Rashawn Gary. Haven't seen anything from him today. Carolina's just doing a phenomenal job keeping the pass rushers at bay and not allowing these ball hawks to really make a play on the ball.
I mean, the two big differences, Green Bay hasn't been able to stop anything, and the 2 interceptions thrown by Matt Stafford. But really, neither were Stafford's fault. They were all Nemo's fault.
Yeah, and you look at, I always compare this to basketball. We talk about unforced turnovers, turnovers that you see from J.R. Smith, where he's just dribbling, and he's just throwing, he's just swinging the ball, and he makes a kind of a lazy pass, right? That's the same thing with Stafford. He should have came off that read. It was unforced. There was no reason that he had to get rid of the ball then, or he had to force the ball into the user there on that motion corner to start the game. You take those possessions away, it hurts you. What's going on?
There's press coverage on the outside on Adams. Looks like he's usering over there, though. First down and 10, Stafford. You got Adams on the in route. That is the one thing. If you got a user out there, out routes are usually well guarded, but in routes, they're not ready for that sharp break on the in route.
Especially digs that go past the line of scrimmage, the first down marker. So when you see them go, 3 or 4 yards past, now you got the user already committed, Nick, to that go route. And right there, nice job cutting in front of the defender and able to make himself a big target for Matt Stafford. Got to get a touchdown before the 4-minute mark here for Green Bay.
Nick B. Ninja in the chat put the GGs in there. We've been throwing those up since the first quarter. First and 10, Stafford waiting, Stafford sitting. Finally, that pass rush gets theirs. Who else but Brian Burns with the sack. Entrepreneur got some Blimpie Burger. Fire. Blimpie Burger is great.
You got 5 wide receivers there. You'd think the Panthers would get home a little quicker, but this offensive line, man, young on the right side, but the left tackle, Bakhtiari, and the left guard have been able to really just kind of build this team.
That was mid-blitz. Got to get rid of it. Finds Williams. Would have liked to see a little more yardage with that cover 0 hero, but it does find the drag route. Picks up most of that sack and a little bit more. Sets up a 3rd and 9. Clock running,
that's
though.
why
No urgency.
Yeah, a lot of people question Tyrone Williams going in the first round. I mean, he has the skill set, but only 88 speed. And you've seen it right there. Just no real pull away from the defender after the catch. And that probably could have even been a touchdown with somebody just a little quicker.
Yeah, Brian Burns is very nice, young king. Very, very good for this Carolina Panthers team. It's 3rd down and 9. Clock still running. Stafford dropping back. Looking left side. That's a little out route. Devontae Adams to the 10-yard line. Stops the clock.
Look at his stat line. 15 for 18 and 2 picks. Those picks, as we said, were unforced turnovers. If you take those away, this guy's throwing at 15 for 16 attempt game right now with 3 touchdowns. Just a couple miscues from Matt Stafford. And, he's one of the... Dark Brawler did an article on this, Nick, and it was the most overpaid, underpaid players in the NBL. And one of the most underpaid was Matt Stafford at $2.5 million per year. This guy's straight up been balling for them at 34.
Hand off to McFarland, left side.
Going.
Why you juke move back inside? Get to the pylon. Pretty sure he's in the end zone. I mean, I know that's Kuechly out there, but I'm pretty sure he's in the end zone.
Yeah, you got to get outside. You got the speed. McFarland's not a bad running back. We saw Aaron Glassbones Jones get a little hurt towards the end of the year, and McFarland came in. He's a little bit of a spark. Kind of reminds me of that halfback from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Running that exact same look. And, Carolina just wasn't ready.
Still try to get tackled, though.
Can somebody help me?
If you really, that's called a heavy thumb. He's killing the real player motion by changing directions 3 times after he catches it right there. Do you see that? I mean, he must have been turbo to the right, then back to the left, then back to the right.
Somebody put Nemo in rehab. Get him detoxing from this juke move. It's bad. Bananas join us in the chat. What's going on, Bananas? It's a 10-point game, 2:56 to go. If there's one thing working for Green Bay, they're not going against Cam Newton. If there's one thing not working for Green Bay, it's that Nemo's on the sticks. Been a rough game, 38 points, and Bomber, JB, I don't want to say he's been out-thinking Nemo, because he's been running his offense the way he wants to run it. Just Nemo's just not calling plays good. He's looking like Preddy out there.
Yeah, we need a fumble here. That's the only way. A fumble or some kind of turnover. This is going to be a run probably to the left here, maybe a toss.
First down and 10, Hall into the game, no Cam Newton.
Oh, wow.
It's a play action. Oh, look at the heat. Green Bay brought them all. Miles Jack gets to the quarterback. Clock running, 2:44 and counting.
Yeah, that was probably, when we look back at this cycle, you're going to look at some of the best trades. And
How did he
Carolina
get
obviously at the front there, giving away, getting a second overall pick for
Will?
a backup quarterback, Will Greer. But, man, Miles Jack coming to Green Bay, that's been really influential and made him 3-time division winner.
And then a stretch run on a 3-man rush from Nemo. That'll allow him to get near the 2-minute warning. McCaffrey picks up a chunk. Third down and 12, divisional round action. Guys, remember, we got Madden Live coming up Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to have the conference championships and the Super Bowl that night. It's a big night of playoff action, as well as drops and giveaways. So you don't want to miss that one. Hit the follow button at the top of the screen. So not only you know when we go live, but so you'll be eligible for those giveaways. Last week it was winner's choice. I have a feeling, we haven't been told yet, but I have a feeling that it's going to be some of those delightful Team of the Year cards we're going to be giving away next week. Well, that's coming up Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time, right here, twitch.tv/MBL Network. Third down and 12 for Carolina. They were able to get it to the 2-minute warning. Green Bay, all 3 timeouts. As Hall's going to drop back on 3rd and 12. Interesting call. They go for the pass there. It's a safe throw to McCaffrey. But I'm surprised they didn't just run the ball, but does force Green Bay to take a timeout.
Well, yeah, he throws it underneath, so he makes sure he's going to keep the clock running. But Carolina, I don't even know if I'd burn the timeout.
I haven't even noticed that.
I don't even think I would have burned the timeout, Nick.
Well, you've just put yourself in a position that you now need an onside kick.
Yeah,
Unless you
exactly.
score, right now.
But here's the deal. If I can drive down a score, and let's say he knocks off those 40 seconds, right, it'll put me down to $120. If I can score with about 50 seconds left, I can go for the onside. And if I don't get it, now I'm playing against a short field, against a guy that's kind of scared to throw, and it's a 3-point game. So there was a lot more options if you just kind of saved that timeout. You didn't necessarily need to pick up that onside.
Throw in the chat saying touchdown and field goal with an onside. It can happen. I've watched a lot of Madden this year. I've seen one onside kick recovered against an onside formation. Stafford, he's got the crosser. You knew it was going to be some sort of cover 3. Williams got to get out of bounds. He does indeed at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, JB's got to be kicking himself there. He goes for the strip here. He should just went for the tackle. Keep him in bounds and make him have to burn a timeout or at least knock off 11 seconds right there. Just missed opportunity, but JB's up in the driver's seat, up 10 right now. Probably not too worried about it.
My man, DeKing, the man with the best stick in Madden, my favorite streamer to watch, is throwing us a host, 34 in the chat. Appreciate it, DeKing. Good to see you, man. Hope all is well, as Jones can't make the catch underneath.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't want that catch anyways because you weren't going to pick up a lot. Nice click on, and JB does such a great job clicking on and able to make tackles or get involved in the play, but I'm okay with dropping that one.
Second down and 10, divisional round action here in the NBL. We got conference championships and the Super Bowl for season 43 coming up on Tuesday night on Madden Live. We'll have drops and giveaways. Make sure you hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live. To King throwing his QB blast. That Heavy Panther, the man who made Heavy Panther look as good as anybody. Throwing them up in the chat. I think he's going to get a face mask on the incomplete.
Yeah.
I have never seen that.
I have never seen that, but it did look like a face mask. Maybe that's how he gets the ball knocked out. I'm rooting for the Packers here, Nick. We're going to take what we can get. That stops the clock. That gives us some yards. Absolutely excited about that one. But, yeah, I've never seen that happen on an incomplete pass, which, I guess it could happen in real life, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could get a face mask even if you didn't catch it, so maybe that's just a little new wrinkle there.
D-Freak with the follow. First down and 10. Stafford in the shotgun. Minute 32 to go in this divisional round playoff game. Nemo and JB facing off the 2-time defending NFC champion Carolina Panthers in control. Underneath finds Williams, but he's going to be tackled in bounds. And now Green Bay's got to start thinking about those timeouts. Minute 22. They're going to no huddle.
6-second runoff.
Not too bad. That's about as good as you can get in this Madden. Minute 9 and counting. 3 wide set as Williams and Pettis going to come close into the gun bunch. Adams out to the left side. Appreciate Slam Fist with the gift sub from Spongy. Stafford dropping back. Stafford looking over the middle. Oh, he's lucky Luke Kuechly didn't put 2 hands on the football and take it the other way and end this one. IMMWI saying take the field goal.
Hey, that's a suggestion.
I think I would.
And I'll tell you what, if he had that third timeout, I would be all on board. He could have crossed midfield, got to about the 38, kicked that field goal. Then you had about, 40 seconds left, but you got all 3 timeouts. You can go for the onside, don't pick it up. You can still get a stop there. I think that timeout just really hurt him. He's got to get a touchdown here in his mind.
28-38, Green Bay down. Walton in motion. No Pettis on the field. Interesting. Stafford rolling out, waiting. I don't know what he's waiting for, but he's going to throw this one out of bounds. Now a 3rd and 10, 51 seconds remaining.
Eric G warming up the seat for Nemo right now. He's sitting there, disappointing wild card there for the Tennessee Titans. Tough loss to the Baltimore Ravens. You know Eric G's trying to build this team defensively, trying to get Marcus Mariota on board with these very talented wide receiver core he has. Maybe similar to the Green Bay Packers in a sense. They got a really strong defensive team. They got to rely on the run a little bit more than they've done. Obviously, the Titans have brought in Harold. But right now, Eric G's probably scooting over, keeping that seat warm so Nemo can come grab one and watch the rest of this playoffs.
3rd down and 10, 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Aaron Jones in the backfield with Matt Stafford. 26-yard line. Stafford dropping back to pass on 3rd and 10. He looks right over the linebacker. Man, that's a throw. As he's going to get another face mask. That's going to stop the clock more importantly than anything. But
you got to wonder what he has on here, right? Aggressive tackle or what?
Is aggressive tackle still a thing? Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Aggressive
it is.
pass rush isn't a thing anymore. I forget which aggressive. So now at the 1-yard line, 44 seconds left. Yeah, you got to think aggressive tackle is on. It's JP. Of course aggressive tackle is on. His life is an aggressive tackle. Stick with us, guys. We're going to raid, I think we're going to raid Zan after this game comes to the finish. It's 28-38. Green Bay, they're fighting.
Watch why here.
But then the difference in this game is that pick 6 that he threw on the first play of his offensive drive. His little bubble screen to Williams is going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown for the Packers. He's going to make the score look a lot better. But he's praying to the Madden gods, asking old John for a little faith. So he needs an onside kick here in Madden 20.
Absolutely. And don't forget this Tuesday, we're going to have the hopefully conference championships and Super Bowl. It's going to be part of the EA stream. Barely made that extra point. We're going to have drops, giveaways. And it starts at what time, Nick?
7 o'clock Eastern time.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on this channel. We're going to have drops, giveaways, courtesy of EA Madden NFL. Appreciate them. And giving us this opportunity to give back to everybody in the community.
All right, here we go. Onside kick. Everyone who's
That's
rooting
going
for
straight
Nemo
out of bounds.
might hit that guy who's walking by the Gatorade.
Maybe the guy steps up and just kicks it to him. Oh,
Zero
wow,
line.
that's terrible.
Oh.
He's going to pick it up and go.
Hey, Curtis. That was a really bad. Like, I've seen some, bad onside kicks. That might have been one of the worst because there was no chance these guys could have recovered that legally. And then Curtis Samuel was able to return that
You're
one.
just hoping somehow Samuel gets up there, touches it, and kicks it right into the foot of your guy. But that is definitely a terrible onside.
It is Nini's
It was weird.
and GG's in the chat as Carolina's going to move on to the NFC Championship game, take on the Atlanta Falcons with a big story in this one, Palmer. They're going to have to do it without Cam Newton.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge. This is a team that not only uses Cam's strong arm to find these speedy receivers on the outside with crossing routes, deep drives down the field, they use his legs to step up. And not only does he provide his legs, but he provides that big ball carrier, strong quarterback that can take a hit. As you notice, he didn't really slide today. That's all got to change. Carolina might be into some trouble here as Hall is going to have to lead this team.
Here's your final. Not even going to have to snap this one. Carolina into the NFC Championship for the 3rd year in the row. They will take on Atlanta. Guys, don't forget, coming up tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern time over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Madden Bomber League, the Commissioner Corner podcast number 68 with Bomber and Lip. Don't miss out on that one. And make sure you come back here Tuesday night for some Madden live action, drops and giveaways, conference championship, and Super Bowl for season 43, 7 o'clock Eastern time right here, twitch.tv/MBL Network. We're going to go raid Zan. Let him know MBL sent you. My man Zan, my Mudhead partner. Show him some love in the chat, and we will see you next time right here on the MBL Network.